lot of bad knowledge shit I can't say. It's probably why God put these problems in my damn way. Everything. Whoa, whoa, yes. Pause for everything. Ay, I swear to God, look at me. Pause for everything. Yeah. Pause for everything. Yeah. I'm from the South Side, Chicago, where they known the pop lit.
What up, Smart Rapper Gang? I'm gonna get straight into it. This is 6 brutal realities of being a rapper. They're unfortunate, but I want you to understand what you're getting yourself into, because if you know what's coming, it helps you navigate those, really scary waters in certain territories. And you also won't be caught off guard when these things happen. And I've been through all of these, and I think that you may have been through a couple of them, and you're probably gonna notice and think of times when other artists have been through a couple of them, okay? So let's get into it. The 6 brutal realities of being a rapper. All right, gang, number 1, I'm sorry, I hate having to say these, but the brutal realities. You will never be able to tell who your true friends are. One wrong comment out of someone's mouth and you'll go from thinking they're your best friend of the last 4 to 6 months to thinking that they're using you.
This is the worst.
All because they said one sentence that'll set off your gold digger radar, or the thing that just indicates to you, you're like, oh, wait a minute, I know that. Because some people are really good at hiding these things, or it slips out and it's just a subconscious thought that they have. And that radar you'll have can never be turned off because you're always so paranoid and self-conscious that no one actually likes you for you, because the world never treated you good or nice until you had that fame.
Damn,
and
son.
This happens for even the most truly confident people.
He ain't lying.
It's just how it is. So you're forever in a defensive state, scanning even the closest people to you for signs that they aren't truly there for just you or to help you, right? Or, they're more there for them than you. And even when friends who've been around for a long time, they may have a switch of mindset into seeing all the power attributed to being friends with you. And they might start trying to use it because they feel so comfortable with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've witnessed these things, but they're all gonna set off your radar, and you'll go from feeling like they're amazing to feeling like they were always using you. And it's the worst feeling. I'm talking about people you know for years. It'll just happen, and you go, what the, right? I hope you don't have to go through that, but it's a brutal reality. Number 2, if you do a label deal and you blow up, you'll be broke for a long time, because they'll be getting paid from whatever you do for the rest of your career.
Oh my God!
And when I say that, it obviously depends on the type of deal that you sign, but generally if you sign a record label deal early, when you don't have any amount of success on your own, you have no bargaining chips, you have no bargaining power. So what happens is their contract is pretty much just gonna take everything from you.
God damn.
And that's what a 360 deal is. It's all around, right? Heard of a 360 deal for a couple years now. They get everything. They're gonna get money from your tour, they're gonna get money from your merchandise, they're gonna get money from businesses you create in the future. And also take into account, this is the same thing when you sign a manager. Generally, a management contract says that if you start a new business or you do anything like that, they're gonna get a piece of that as well. So you gotta make sure that that's not in a contract. As best as you possibly can. Remove things, especially if it comes down to touring or starting a new business, you really need to watch out for that, because you don't know what companies you're gonna start. You could start a company that makes $100 million, now suddenly labels eating off of it. Yes, they helped you get there, but if you simply would have had that in the contract, you know what I'm saying? So just know it's a brutal reality that the sooner you get that label deal, the worse off you potentially will be.
What the f***, yo? God damn! God damn!
But if you have the self-belief and the work ethic, doing it on your own until you have some leverage when you sign that deal, so worth it, okay? Brutal reality number 3, you're only as good as your last song.
Yo, killing me with this!
Think about how many artists have amazing songs. You know the songs. The songs could have been on your playlist for 2 years now, but the thing is though, is that they haven't made anything recently. Like, the artist just doesn't seem as important to you. You're still like, whoa, cool, that's great. But if they're not relevant now, it doesn't matter. There's a reason why Drake and Future and, you just name artists, like, they've been able to stay at the forefront of things. And it's because they consistently make songs, they drop them, and the songs are always good, great, or better, and at least something that can sustain them culturally. And then there's times where they just suddenly have that smash hit that's like, oh, that's the one. But generally those guys, they have other people writing songs for them. They work together, they've been writing songs for a long time. They freaking, them and every other artist, their job of the label and of them is to release the best music possible. To give you one last example, imagine that Drake had only released Forever, or had only released You the Best. Yeah, great songs, you had added them to your playlist, but after that it would have been like, you would not even care who he was.
Never!
And you'd only care if you stumble across that on the playlist. And the reason I tell you this is a brutal reality is so that you always have songs backed up. There's never should be a time when you're not creating songs. You need to have songs backed up. I don't care if it's for next year, it's the year after that. You don't know when. You may go into a slump and not be able to create anything, and then your career's just over. I'm talking about just don't waste the time. We're gonna get into this. I talk about it in other videos, but make sure you have songs backed up because brutal reality number 3, you're only as good as your last song. It's the same thing with actors. They're only as good as their last movie, okay? They sign a movie deal and they don't sell tickets. It's really hard for them to get another movie because the big movie studios see, oh man, they're not even selling tickets anymore. There's no point in paying this person $5 million for this movie. They're not gonna frick it. That's how it is. That's entertainment, baby. Brutal reality number 4, and I mean, I witnessed this frickin' 2-3 times last night. I mean, Jesus. Everybody will want to show you their music in hopes of leeching off of all of your hard work. It sounds messed up when I say they're just gonna want to show you the music to leech off your hard work, but they're showing you the music because they're hoping to get you to like them enough to be able for them to jump on your back and piggyback and get where they want to off of you. And I hate that because most people suck because they don't put any time into making music. I mean, that's a brutal reality. Too bad. You either suck or you don't suck. You didn't spend enough time getting good, you suck. You could spend 10 years making music, but if you never actually got better because you kept doing the same things over and over again, but never actually like exercise anything outside of that circle of being comfortable, you never did anything that you were uncomfortable with that made you get better. It's just like, that's a whole nother conversation. But that's how it is. You either suck or you don't. And people are gonna show you their music all the damn time. And we're not even taking into account is even if their music's great, that doesn't mean they have a brand. That doesn't mean they're brandable. That doesn't mean that they have an image or that, they could potentially capably have an image or that they have the capability of having an image without a lot of money being invested into them. And then they're probably still gonna need tons of artist development in very, very, very many areas. So it's just gonna be like trash. Everybody's gonna wanna show you the music. Everybody's gonna wanna leech off of you. Not just artists, but it's gonna be really annoying when you see that because you're gonna see yourself in them and then be like, ugh, man, like every time you give them a chance, it's like, bro, most of the time, man, I'm not even getting to that. But people need to work harder. People just think that they're great off the bat, man. It takes years to get good and then become exceptional at creating music. So anyway, people gonna leech, but artists want to leech off of you is hard because you know that you can immediately put their dreams into play and you feel bad having to be like, hey man, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's great, man. Hey, and you feel so bad, you know what I'm saying? Kind of why I bring that up, but it's a brutal reality. And another part of that is you need to work harder on your music. We all do. Yes, you get somewhere, you gotta be good. You gotta be great. You gotta be good is enough. You gotta be amazing. All right. Brutal reality number 5. I love this one. This one is so funny. Brutal reality number 5 is everyone will think that they are a better rapper than you, even if they are complete trash. Because they have no idea what it's like to actually be a rapper, okay? They're so jealous, so they want to pretend that they could have chased the dream and made it as an artist when they really never had the balls or talent to do anything with their life. Damn. It's so funny because even when I worked at Papa John's, I showed my boss a song that then went on to do 600,000 streams, and this is like 2010. So that's like 6 million streams now. He's like, oh, I could rap better than this. And I was like, oh, I'm like people are delusional. I've had 16-year-olds DM me, be like, man, I'm way better than you, man. You suck, I'm way better, man. My shit's way more fire than you. I'm saying like, it's like legit, it's impossible. It's impossible. And then I go listen, because I was like, oh man, I like the confidence. And I'm like, this is the worst sounding shit I have ever heard in my life. And it sounds like somebody's farting like active diarrhea into like a tin can full of like baby ducks. I don't know. It just sounds like trash. It's just like fucking horrible sounding to my ears. But anyway, people are gonna be jealous of these things, and they're gonna think they're better. And I mean, that's a brutal reality. But you can prove them wrong by simply having amazing music. Okay. Brutal reality number 6, if you make it on and you get any amount of fame or fans, your ego will never let you go back to working a day job for someone else. It is the worst thing ever. Your ego is gonna have to come to a crashing halt and be destroyed before it's just terrible.
This is not about music!
Because you feel like you made it, you feel like if you go back to working a job, people are going to be laughing at you. So I'm telling you, and I tell you this is a brutal reality, because once you get going, you need to keep going. Because if it falls off and it falls off too soon, man, like happened for me, man, I blew up, and then it was like, had to go work at a damn bunch of jobs, but then I went and worked at a bread factory, delivering bread at 4 a.m. every morning. I hated it. And the people there made fun of me for being a rapper. It was like, I mean, they'd be funny anyways, right? But it's even worse when you did it. And then like, cause you're really like, you really are that. And then they make fun of you because you don't just want to be that, but you are that, but you're now working a day job. It's like the worst feeling. And I tell you that only is a thing to kind of make sure that you understand once you get going, do not fall off, because the way that it's gonna feel to you is so incredibly damaging to your spirit, okay? And I've witnessed it more than once. only because I didn't know what to do, right? It's like you go up, it's not that I got lazy, so I just didn't know what to do next. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I made some more rappers like, man, I'm like, somebody gotta tell me how to do this. I can't do this stuff inside. Nobody should be going through this shit, man. So anyway, I'm just sharing that with you. Man, he's been sitting there the whole time. Look at you, please. So anyway, I just wanted to share those brutal realities with you. So those are the 6 brutal realities of being a rapper. I feel like some people may not think that those are really, things that are gonna happen, but you don't know until you know. And I wish that I had known, but I really just want you to be on the lookout for these things and just understand that it's a normal thing. It's not just happening to you. You know what I'm saying? So just take these and hold them and you protect yourself with them. All right, gang. It took 7 years to build. It actually took 4 years to build. Actually, no, it still took 7. And then 3 more years to perfect after it had launched. Now we have the music industry shortcut. It's basically the Facebook for music artists. And if you don't know what it is, I want you to check it out. I'm gonna put a link below, or you can go to musicindustryshortcut.com. And I basically took everything that I had before that artists felt like was, it was just, everybody wanted to be in it, but it was so expensive. And I made it literally 6 times cheaper than it was before. And I reorganized and restructured everything based on everybody's feedback. So now Music Industry Shortcut is launched. I want you to go check that out because it is what is going to change the entire music industry. And that's why it's not just for rappers, it's for everybody. So you're gonna have singers on there, you're gonna have pop artists, you're gonna have all kinds of artists, but this way you guys have more resources. You can get these people on your songs. We can change music all around. I don't want to talk too much. You need to go check it out because you're gonna be able to learn, you'll be able to grow, you can build a network, there's forums, there's contests, you can win microphones, you can win all kinds of stuff, everything. There's points, there's everything in this thing, okay? I want to check it out. I want you to check it out. All right, link's gonna be in the description or go to musicindustryshortcut.com. All right, I'm Rob Level. This is Smart Rapper. Hit that like button for me. And if you haven't subscribed yet, what's wrong with you, man? Join the gang, keep hustling, and I'll see you at the top. If you're seeing this right now and you haven't heard about the Music Industry Shortcut, what the are you doing? There's a reason why I've been able to help literally millions of artists. Have artists like Lil Nas X thank me. I spent years building something.
I watch this man every day. His tips work on God. I love you, man. You help a lot of people out here, bro. It's just so amazing that I met you, bro. I love you, bro. For real, man. It's just to meet you, bro.
And you learn every single week. Nothing like this has ever existed because nobody could have built this. I'm an artist, and I teach other artists what I learn as I go. Click this video and go check out what I'm talking about. You need to check out the Music Industry Shortcut. It's the fastest growing community for the music industry, period. I'm pushing this so hard, you have no idea. I already have the #1 educational platform in the music industry, and now I've built this for the music industry. I'm Rob Level. Click this video and go check out the Music Industry Shortcut. It'll take you to the next level. Pun intended.